Good morning, it's Miss Alstad coming to you from my home to yours. I'm so happy to be here to share with you some time to talk about Teacher Appreciation Week next week. Yes, it's coming on. And of course, we appreciate our teachers every day, all the time, for their dedication, perseverance, love. It's a week where we can really put into words, express with our beautiful art just how much they mean to us. Perhaps with a memory or a story, a quality about them that makes you feel special. So what better way to do it than through a story? We love books. And my friend Kendra shared this book with me last year, and I'm so excited to be able to read it to you because I think it will give us lots of inspiration for what this might look like or sound like or feel like. The book is called A Letter to My Teacher, and it's written by Deborah Hopkinson, and the pictures are by Nancy Carpenter. A Letter to My Teacher. Dear teacher, whenever I had something to tell you, I tugged on your shirt and whispered in your ear, and this time I'm writing a letter. There she is, whispering. I hope you remember me. I was the one who marched to school that first day, splashing through every puddle I could find. I wore a bright yellow raincoat and a dark, stormy frown, because for me, school meant sitting still and listening. Two things I wasn't much good at. How do you feel about sitting still and listening? It's hard sometimes. Can you find her in her bright yellow slicker? I stood there ornery and dripping, just sure I'd get into trouble. But instead, you grinned at me. Good morning. Look at you, standing there like Mary Kingsley, just back from canoeing up the Ogowe River. Who, I said? Where? Mary Kingsley, the fearless explorer, you explained. Someday we'll read about her and crocodiles. Now get them up. Crocodiles? Her teacher already knows her, and she's just met her. After taking attendance, you made a big announcement. Welcome. This year we'll be planning the first ever second grade garden. It will be our great experiment. Yay, we get to dig in the mud, I shouted. True, but first we read about plants, you said. We'll use math to measure our plot, and we'll write about our garden plan. Reading, math, writing. I was better at running and jumping. She wasn't sure about all this learning stuff. The next week, we visited the creek behind the school to learn about plants and water. When you weren't watching, I started to hop the rocks. Right in the middle, I got stuck. Look at me, I married what's-her-name, I hollered, trying to sound brave. Watch out for crocodiles, you called back, and then you rushed to rescue me. And on the way back, you held my hand and never told anyone just how much I was shaking. All fall, I tried to sit still. Right before Thanksgiving vacation, you asked, who wanted to take the Mouse Brothers home? Me! Pick me! I shouted. How exciting. Do you have a class pet? Have you ever been able to take it home, maybe over a vacation? I remember my daughter had a pet snake in her class, and when we took care of it, it molted and lost its skin. That was kind of amazing. But while I was busy eating turkey, my cat Lucy ate one brother. I bought a replacement mouse, except I couldn't tell you. One night when we were cleaning the cage, or one day, you called me over to your desk and told me that we might have to change the brothers' names to Ma and Pa Mouse. You knew the whole time, I said. Laughing, you said, might as well get used to it. Teachers see everything. They're kind of wise and all-knowing like that. When winter came, the reading corner became our secret garden of stories. On Friday afternoons, we curled up in a heap, just like our new litter of mice. I loved it when you read to us and always begged for more. But I hated being called on to read out loud. I kept tripping over my words. Once, right before my turn, I yelled, "Raise your hand if you want to go home." And another time I clutched my throat and croaked, "Uh-oh, I lost my voice." She's got some strategies, this one. There she is. She loves to be read to. Not so much reading out loud yet. The amazing yet. Nothing fooled you, though. You called me to your desk and asked, "When we make our garden, do you think the seeds will grow right away?" "No," I said. "Everyone knows they need time and sun and water." "Well, learning to read takes time too," you said. "Now, I think you have a cat." I nodded. "Lucy, the one who likes mice." "I'd like you to read to Lucy every day," you suggested. "It might keep her out of trouble." I giggled. "Maybe I'll read the Puss in Boots." Do you have a cat? I do. Socks. And Socks was just listening to this story. And that's a good way to practice getting comfortable reading out loud, because our pets are just such great listeners and they love everything we do. I practiced hard and you gave me extra help too. One day you brought me a special book. I met a real author and he autographed it just for you, you said. I looked at the cover and sounded out the words, "Wow, it's about her, that explorer, Mary Kingsley." You smiled. "Next week, you can share it with the class." In March, we explored our town. We went on a field trip to an old house. It was full of history and secret passageways. I wonder what's going to happen in that old house. I have an idea. When I slipped away to look for hidden treasure in the root cellar, you and the whole class had to trudge down the old stone steps to find me. I think even you lost patience that time. Exasperating was the word you used. I remember, because that night my mom helped me look it up in the dictionary. Exasperating. That's a big word. The day you brought in seeds for us to choose, I tugged on your shirt. "Can we plant this kind?" "The packet says early spring, and we can have bright red radishes in just a few weeks." "Good reading and great idea," you said. Thanks to the math games we played, measuring our garden patch was easy. At last we turned over our soil and were ready to plant. I was radish crew chief and read out the instructions all by myself. All spring we weeded and watered and kept garden journals too. Look at that cool garden and those raised beds. I wonder if you're planting seedlings. This is a good time to think about that and get started. On the Friday before summer vacation, we wrote out invitations to every class to come enjoy the salad that we'd grown ourselves. "Splendid spinach," said the principal. "It's because of the worms," I explained. What a feast of greens they're having and hosting. How fun. I didn't know how to say thank you, so on the last day I gave you a present, a memory quilt. I'd measured squares on a piece of paper and made the story of our year in each one. The reading corner, the worms in our compost, the magnificent mouse family, and best of all, a picture of you and me. You looked at the quilt a long time and then held it up for everyone to see. Thank you. Now I'll never forget you all. And the year of the second grade garden. Me neither, I promised, and I never have. Look at this beautiful quilt. What a great idea. You could make a quilt on paper. Oh, here comes Socks. Socks wants to share her story with us, too. Hi, Socks. Have a seat. For a long time now, I've been wanting to write to tell you that even though I didn't always listen, and I know that I was exasperating, second grade really was the best year ever. So I guess you won't be too surprised to hear that I still like to stomp through creeks, dig in the garden, and even read out loud to my cat, Socks. And most of all, I wanted to tell you that I'm about to start my first job. And tomorrow morning when I go to work, I'll think about everything you helped me explore and try my best to be like you. There she is, all grown up. And you see that picture of her second grade class and her teacher? I have memories of my third grade teacher, Mrs. Culver. And I remember we had an open classroom. It was called An Aloft, and play was our learning and learning was our play. It was a wonderful year. Thank you for being my teacher, your student. So, why don't you carve out some time today or tomorrow to draw a beautiful picture, maybe a picture quilt, to write a story, to share a memory, maybe write a poem with some qualities about your teacher that make her or him unique and special to you. It will make their day, and you can use your superpowers of kind and creativity to lift them up. Take good care of yourselves and each other, friends. I'll see you soon. Till then, bye-bye.